Everything in here is owned by somebody. That 27 over there, you'll see the Chevrolet out. They out in the 4-2-1. Everything on it. On the Model T, the 27 did have the tank up here. The 27 Chevrolet had it in the back. Had a vacuum fuel pump, pumped it all the way to the front here, had like a coffee can. And then it was gravity fed down in there. Ford didn't never have, they all had gravity fed fuel pumps, even up through 31. So you can see how far Chevrolet, and that was hurting his sales. So in 1927, Chevrolet outsold Ford, and that guy is a teacher. So whenever she brought it in here, she says there's a guy in Harlow you need to go see. He works as a volunteer at the Laura Hardy Museum. He said he's got some wooden cars and said he's a little bit concerned on what's going to happen to him. And so I just told him, I said, okay, we will. A few weeks later, I had another guy came in. We were sitting at the table right there, and he started talking about this stuff. And I said, yeah, somebody told me about it. And I said, I got to go see him. He said, I know it. I got his phone. So he called Gary on the phone. I talked to him. He wanted me to come down. Him and my wife loaded up on the next Friday. Believe it or not, we're fortunate to have Gary here with us today. He made this car. There's another one around the corner. Yes, he deserves a hand on that. All wood, very detailed. And there's another around the corner, and that means it's an Oldsmobile. It's painted, but it's a wood car too.
Very Oldsmobile.
Oldsmobile. If nothing happens, as I told you, we're going to expand on another side. He's got 4 more of these that I got to go get. All wood.
Plus the general.
Plus, if you'll notice over underneath the TV, how many are familiar with the movie, The Great Locomotive Chase? How familiar with that?
It was the second movie. The first movie was the Buster Stoops movie, which was called The Disney.
Right. So it was actually filmed in Alabama County and Raven. But Gary has made one high scale of the children. It's 26 feet long.
26 feet wide. It's in a wheelchair. No. I've never seen it. But it is 54 feet long. Minus now.
Yes. He made a high scale. He was born in 1928. 1929, he was 1 year old. That's the first car he rode in, and he was actually here last Saturday. Yes, that's the oldest one we've got. This is John Lee's, and incidentally, everything in here is owned by somebody. All the displays, a lot of them were donated to the museum, and everything that you see is owned. But this here is a collection of first responders, fire department, sheriff, police, and all of that. This is Mr. John Lee's, and he's got that, and he'll say a little bit about it, but he's got a fine collection of badges. So John, give us just a little rundown on what you got.
I'll make it quick. My first love is Boston, and I can't tell you why, but the top shelf is all Boston firefighters going back to 1890. Bottom shelf's all police. I got a lot of Georgia State Patrol and Georgia Police Authorities on that bottom shelf. Right along there. The badge and the acrylic and the one in front of it are from the Olympics, both the police and fire badges. The one that's the most popular is this one. That's Y50. That was used in a television series. It was not a real badge. The thing I like about the badges is they were worn by somebody doing a service. And there's just something about seeing one in an antique store that breaks my heart. I'd much rather have them on display, and with the idea that there's been a lot of people saved here. There's been a lot of car wrecks work. There's been robberies. There's been homicides. And these are the folks that did the work, and they had these badges on when they did it.
This is the Secret Service car. This is the car that Jimmy Carter walked in front of in 1977 whenever he was inaugurated as president. we've got it till probably the end of the year. Then it's going to Plains, Georgia, to the Art Museum down there. Originally, we got it. They didn't have the museum ready. She called Sean, wanted to know if we wanted to display it. She knew what we said. Yes, most definitely. And she drove it from Florida to here. And that's when we got it. The lady that owned it, it was a gift from her parents when she finished high school. And I was fortunate to be able to get it. So I'm the second owner of that. It's got 102,000 miles on it. Corvette, the guy that's got this, he bought it new. So one owner. He's owned it forever. And then, of course, one of the last cars that Carol showed me signed. Are you familiar with the Cannonball race cars? They bought that brand new. Pinto Chrysler. It's got 39 Ford Empire. It's got Pinto. It's got a main top and it's got Fairlane mirror. It's Sean, which is the founder, which he and I, we're the directors. But this is Sean's granddaddy's car.
Oh, that's the one.
You know, I told Sean he's the one that founded it and what got it started. The car. This is the car that started every bit of this. See, it was Sean's idea. So it's done its job.
Was this his grandfather owned it?
It was his granddaddy's.
So
Yes.
nobody's had it since then?
No. And it's in a movie, When We Last Spoke, Melissa Gilbert, that played on the Little House on the Prairie. She was that, and supposedly Elvis Presley gave her this car. So you want to watch that. I think it's going to be out at the end of this month. So,
On Netflix?
ma'am, I'm not sure. Yeah, When We Last Spoke, it is a movie. That's the
I
name.
like NASCAR and discover over time. And all of a sudden, this doesn't mean a whole bunch to you because you're in a different kind of racing and a different kind of car. But having said that, I couldn't find any more 1/18 scale NASCAR cars anymore. I'm sure there must be some, but I don't know where they are. And as a collector, you don't want it to end. So you've got to get rid of one, start on something else. I've got badges. Just one quick thing, my favorite car in the whole collection is this car right here. Driven by number 88. He wrecked it at Las Vegas, and my grandson's favorite driver. So I took it to work and we wrecked it. Brought it back and gave it to him in the same condition as the real car, and he's never forgiven it. You'll also see Winged Warriors over here in the wooden case. That case was made to hold them. They ran those 1 year or maybe 2 in the die cast side. And that's probably the only thing I've ever seen all in the book. Believe it or not, I built a storage building, had a storage building built, PVC air conditioning, really modifying that to the museum.
Oh, okay, because I was saying.
Just a lot of
John, did you actually wreck the number 88?
Yeah, we wrecked that. We used flow torch and
It's a marvelous stuff you wrecked.
right.
You're making it like
Exactly like we were right.
Now let me ask you a
Any more questions?
You say keep all the boxes?
Anybody? We get kind of close enough to the next season. Keep it off. That's okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank y'all for coming. Thank you. I hope I did okay. All right. I'm just getting going.
Great one.
I don't know.
It comes in its person.